Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Renee for those of you that are new here. Today I'm going to be talking about advice that I have for artists and for people that identify as creatives. This video is for you because when it comes to like professional things, right? Like there's a program, there are clear steps that you need to follow in order to have success. If you want to become a doctor, you go to medical school, you do your residency, you can become a doctor. If you want to be an engineer, you go to school to be an engineer. If you know that there's like clear things that you can follow to have success in those professions. But when it comes to like basically anything else, anything outside of the box, like entrepreneurship to artistry, like there's no step-by-step guide. It's not a one size fits all, and that can be a deterrent and be like something that's not motivating for people when they don't have that clarity of how to get there. They just give up. And no, I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that mentality of like, there's one size fits all. I never thought that, and I used to feel like I didn't belong in anywhere. Like there's no place for me because I think so differently. But guess what? Like there's a lot of us out here, a lot of creative people, a lot of artists who think the same way, whose brains just work differently. And I'll even challenge you if you're somebody that doesn't identify as a creative, that you are creative. Everybody is creative in one way or another, but it's just expressed differently. And I promise you, like, you are creative deep down. Everybody is an artist, okay, in the low, but some people are an artist by profession, and that's a difference. So, here's a quick word of advice for all of my artists, all of my creative people out there. I've had this, who am I? I've had this channel for years. So you might have seen like my channel go through these different phases. When I first started, I was just using it for my music. I was posting my music videos and vlogging and stuff like that. And then I started making the vlogs, like daily vlogs, and then I started getting into like self-esteem training and more of the work that I'm doing now that I'm really passionate about. And guess what? That's also part of being an artist is that things change over time, and the point is literally to express your soul. That's the point of artistry, to express your soul. So at one point I was doing it through music. At one point I was doing it through vlogging and editing videos, and now I'm doing it through writing mainly, but my writing is taking on the form of media. So I'm expressing these ideas through video, and I'm creating programs, and I'm writing literal books. So like your creativity takes on many forms, and like you can't really I'm super like against the idea that we can be put into a box. Like as an artist, you can only do one thing. Like, no, no. Don't let anybody tell you that you can only do one thing and that you're only that one thing. Like for sometimes other people's perceptions can, hold us back just in general beyond artistry. So like I because I identified as a musician, a singer for so long, a lot of people could only see me like that. Like I'm just a singer, I just make music. But I, took the next steps. I progressed and I took on different interests. And now I'm not only, yes, I make music, but I also write. I also make videos. I also use social media. I also like hair. Like I change my hairstyle all the time. Like I'm different. We all fall into different categories. And at different points of our life, we're going to be doing different things because that's what creative people do. We change it up. We can't sit in one place. We express ourselves. That's the whole point. So, here's my advice for artists and creative. First of all, I'm basically going to be talking about a big block that I had, and it was like, I didn't have motivation to create stuff. So this happened to me when I was doing music, where I got to the point where, I did everything that I thought I had to do to have success, right? I put out music, I published it, I performed, I made videos advertising, I would be on social media. I did all of the things, especially the most important thing, make the music. I was making the music, okay? I was working with people, I was working with producers, I was in the studio, I was really doing the thing, doing all the things, right? But at some point, I started feeling like, oh, I'm not successful because I put this arbitrary, like, container and vision in my mind of what success was, which was basically like the worldwide artist, touring and selling out, like that level of artistry. And like money. I basically put a box on myself, like, if I'm not making money, I am not successful. Like, there's no point. And I stopped myself from making music for a long time because I'm like, what's the point? Like, I need money and this is not making me money, so I'm going to stop. But, while there's some truth to the fact that, yeah, we need money to live, like, we need money to live, it blocked me because it made me feel like the only point of creating stuff was to make money. And this is like not the truth. And like, while I agree money's valuable, we need money to literally survive, to live life how we want to, there's a place for money. It's not like money's irrelevant. No, I'm not like going so far to the left to say that. But I want to say that like the money you make from your art and stuff isn't necessarily an indicator of how good your art is or if you are worthy as an artist to be like recognized. Because guess what? Not to be morbid, but a lot of really talented and successful artists actually become more popular after they pass away because because their work lives on. That's the point. That's the point of creating stuff. So, attaching your success to like money as an artist isn't, although I'm totally here for artists monetizing their life and creating an income from their art. That's totally possible, and I admire artists that I see do that. And that's the people that I'm looking at because I'm trying to figure out what they did, because there's not a step by step. And when it's like that, you have to learn from people that you're observing. Instead, you have to learn from people who actually did the thing. When there's not a book on how to do this, shit, I'm trying not to curse anymore, but you know what I mean. So, attaching your level of success to like how much money you're making in terms of art specifically and creativity isn't really a good indicator of like your success, and we should measure our success differently. And this is a pretty figurative and arbitrary way of thinking, but it's just to protect you, because if you're creative, if you're an artist, you're creative for a reason. You're an artist for a reason. Like there's a reason that you're like that, and there are things that you're supposed to be making that are going to help people, that are going to challenge people to think differently, the things that your soul needs to express while you're here on this planet. And the less that you allow yourself to express yourself and create things, you are literally like suppressing your soul, and you're suppressing like the messages that are trying to come through to like, other people, other creatives, even. And there's even like a spiritual aspect to this, I believe, too. So, like, what's the, why would you do that? Why would you stop yourself from even allowing yourself to create stuff? I did that, and I don't want to see other creatives and other artists do this as well. So, money can be a huge limitation. Like, uh, I'm not making money. Like, that's a huge limitation. You stop yourself. But it's like, this assumes that money's your only purpose. And money's important, but are you implying that money's the only thing that's important? Like, that's what you're believing when you're only creating stuff for the purpose of making money. Like, you need to give yourself permission to create just for the sake of creating. Create art for art's sake. That's my message for today's video. And your soul's expression, there's not really a price on that. You have to create stuff, even if it means that, like, it'll take time and you're not going to be compensated for it. Okay, eradicate that like limitation on your mind that that's what you need to create stuff, because you need to create for a reason. That's that you're an artist, boo. You're an artist, boo. This is my advice to creatives right now, because this is something that really challenged me. And, like I said, I learned from observing people, and I'm also an artist, so I know what it's like. And this is something that I've learned that I don't want to see hold people back. And also, like, monetizing your art and creating your art into a business is a whole different skill set than actually creating the art. So, a lot of artists get, if you are somebody that wants to become a professional artist, you want to really monetize your art, like a lot of what I see people get stuck on is that they think that that's the only part, is just creating the thing, and that everything should happen from there. But actually creating a business and ways to monetize your art, create it takes a different skill set. You have to like literally learn about how these things are monetized and begin doing those things. If you don't know where to start, a good way to start is looking at people who have done it and doing what they did, period. And also not putting yourself into a box thinking that you can only do this one thing. Let yourself create the things that you want to create. That's why I let myself create my YouTube channel. That's why I make these videos. I'm now creating programs and like literally writing books that I think will really help people. And I wouldn't have given myself permission to do that if I was attaching everything to like an outcome. Even though, yes, I'm also open to receiving compensation, this isn't the reason initially why I'm doing the thing. Because before I even create something, I have to accept in my mind that whether or not this thing is profitable, I'm still fulfilled from the idea that the ideas that came through from me that I was expressing through this work. Okay, so it's more about like the work than it is about anything else. And then compensation is a result of that work and that creativity and that sense of purpose. And then the physical things that I'm doing, the processes that I'm creating to allow monetization to come through, if that makes sense. So without that, of course, you won't make money because you don't have the system. So you need to understand the systems that you need to take in order to monetize your craft, which is what I want to see. I want to see that. Okay. Like, I feel like artists are my people. I want to see us up. Like, I want to see us have success in our own right. And I've noticed a trend. I'm not saying this is always the case, but I've noticed a trend that a lot of entrepreneurs are also artists too, which is just super cool because it's like learning about a whole new world where people think the same way that I do and have these different things about them that I always had but felt ostracized for. So I totally understand. And okay, I'm rambling, but that's its key takeaway from this video is that you need to give your soul permission to express the things that they have to express without attaching a dollar sign to it. Okay, don't let that be your only motivation because that's not the only thing that's important, although it is important. All right, period. Like, you can't buy fulfillment, you can't buy expression. Okay, you can't, like, there's not a price on that. So like, just give yourself the permission to create whatever the hell you want to create today. I'm creating this video. Okay, I just finished my program, and even if nobody buys it, I'm still out here. Like, I still created a program. It doesn't take away from anything that I did. Okay, like, I literally like did that, and I'm proud of myself. Okay, so speaking of that program, 30 Days of Empress Energy is available now. If you're watching this video before November 11th, you have access to the early bird price. The price is going up on 11/11. I was actually going to launch it on 11/11, but I decided to give you guys the early bird special because I finished earlier than I wanted to. I mean, than I was planning on because I was lost in the art of creating this program, okay? Time flew. That's how you know you're in the flow, you're in that artistic state, is when time is just flying. You're in a state of like timelessness. That's what it's all about, baby. And I found that and I got back in touch with that through creating this program and giving myself permission to express these things that were on my heart to say to people that needed a place to go. So that's my latest offer, 30 days of Empress Energy. It's a 30-day program to put your inner work and your mentality on turbo speed of an upgrade. So like, we can choose to like take things on slowly, watch these videos on YouTube, one by one, and piece things together to upgrade us, right? But what if I put everything in one place for you to have access to all in one place to activate you in 30 days? You can also do that. That's also an option that's available to you. So 30 Days of Empress Energy is basically mentality upgrades and inner work on turbo speed. It's a 30-day program. Every single day you'll get an audio from me for 30 days about how to upgrade your mentality. The entire outline is now published on my website. So if you want to like see more in detail about what you're getting in this offer, definitely check out my website. And I have my journal also included in that program. I decided why not add it as a bonus gift for all of my early birds, especially. So definitely check that program out now if you want to get the best price. Um, yeah, this is my latest piece of art. This is my latest soul expression. It's like mentality shifts that I've learned over the years that have literally taken me thousands of dollars, years to learn and integrate, to literally like process not only like hardships and like physical tolls that have been taken on my mind and my body and my soul and my spirit, but um, also they're used to like inspire. So these are the concepts that have really changed me from the inside out. It's one of those things that's so hard to explain. Like, every time I try to explain how much these concepts have helped me, I get stuck. But if you read about it on my website, you will learn more about what this offer is. It's a 30-day program to level you up, period. All right, so if you enjoyed this video, leave me a like, leave me a comment, and just know that I'm here for all my creative people, all my artists. I know that it's not like this one size fits all, and that almost feels like in today's world it can be a weight, and you feel like you don't fit in, and like what am I supposed to do? Like, but I understand that struggle, and that's why I created this channel to share the things that I've learned, because everything is connected to each other. So like growing in your creativity, growing in your artistry is related to growing in your profession, is related to how much money you're making, is related to your self-esteem, which is literally what I created my channel for, or I've grown into having that purpose. You know what I mean? So everything is connected, not nothing works separate from each other. And when you level up one area of your life, the other areas of your life get influenced as well. So my program is a way to level up your mind, level up your self-esteem, and that will carry over into different areas of your life, if that makes sense. So if you like this video, definitely leave me a like, leave me a comment. I'm on fire today. I feel so activated, and it's because I allowed myself to express the things that I want to, that my heart wants to. That's the whole point of being an artist, period. Bye, subscribe.